I'd like to remind you guys that you asked for this, not me. In today's video, I will take you through the most cringy of cringe tours through my old digital art. I know I already introduced you to some of it in my 10 digital art mistakes video that I made a while back. So the other day I was looking for a very specific piece that I made a while back, and while I was looking for it, I stumbled over this massive amount of old digital art that I made, and I thought I wanted to let you guys in on that journey. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that a lot of people have requested me to take you through this tour. Let's just say that fingernails will be bitten and coffee will be consumed. So I haven't actually been going over all of my old digital work for the longest time. So I'm not actually sure what I'm going to find down there. So I'll just be browsing and hopefully I'll remember to censor out all the weird stuff. Anyway, I hope you will enjoy this video. I sure won't. I mean, I will. And let's just do it. I'm crying a little on the inside, but I do really want to show you guys this. Okay, so here's the root folder. It's called Tegninger. It just means drawings in Danish. And it is the folder I've been building up upon for the past 15 years. So it was never this organized. It's somewhat organized. I do have some messy folders in here. And I do have like folders called Old Artwork 2012 and before, but in reality it's scattered all over the places because before I used to do a lot more like Shoto OCs, so they're tucked in there somewhere as well. So let's just take a look, shall we? So we're going to look at, I think we should start in comics maybe, because this is where some of my very old art is. I should probably, I have some, oh yeah, these are very old. I used to do these back in high school, or equivalent to high school. I don't know what it's, gymnasium? Where I would like draw, oh look at this. Look at this. That's me. Yeah, I used to have this other, I'm pointing at the screen like a freaking idiot because I think you can see it. I used to have this pen name called Rigita. And it's in Danish, so basically it's just me coming in saying sugar, 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 and the hoodie getting stuck on the door handle, then me just stumbling and losing all of it. Because I used to have this door in my room that would always grab my shirts, so I would drop a lot of stuff on the floor. And yeah, so this is also my very old anime art style. You're welcome. Also look how tiny this picture is. It's probably like 600 something pixels wide, because that was the standard back in the day. Yeah, it's like 617 pixel wide. I do at least 1100 today, so it's almost double up. So yeah, this is some of the, oh yeah, okay, ready for some more cringe. My old chibi style. So this was actually lined in traditional by hand, and then I filled in the black. So I'm slowly here transitioning over to some digital. The rest of it is primarily traditional. Shona Shinseri. Okay guys, remember when Smackjeeves used to be cool? I was in Smackjeeves. I made this Shonai story with these two characters, Takeshi and Ryota. And I think I got up to page 670, 70 something. So I used to do everything as I used to sketch them out traditionally, and then I would line them traditionally on a separate piece of paper using a light box, and then I would bring them into Photoshop and do screen tones. So I want to see the very, very first page ever. Yay! I remember looking for that font a lot. I wanted to find a font like the one they used in the mangas that you can buy in the local bookstore. This is actually very horrible. I mean, look at this brick wall. Look at those socks. Yeah. By the way, this video is mainly made for you to feel better about yourself. I mean, we all start out somewhere, right? And I was very motivated by doing comics, especially BL stories, so yeah. This is some of the newer pages. See me playing around with these screen tones like a pro. I'm sorry, I'm being very sarcastic. It's just my way of dealing with my old art. I love all of my old pieces because they are part of the journey that got me to where I am now. So I am completely teasing myself here with this. Better not show those pages. But yeah, so like the newest, some of the newest pages. Where is the newest page? The newest page is missing. I had like this really good shot of Tagashi I wanted to show you.
Oh, boogers.
What the fuck was that?
I mean, like, compared to the first one. I mean, look at that face. You can only love that face. Okay, so comics and screen tones were some of the first thing I used digital art for. You can also probably tell here I'm just going crazy with a grass brush. I mean, it doesn't look pretty, but these were the early days, okay? I think I had my bamboo tablet at this point from Wacom. I used to have like this old really shitty tablet from Trust. I'm not sure it was actually a drawing tablet. I think it was more like meant for digital signatures, but I still used it. But I'm not sure I actually have art on my computer from back then. I think I lost that at some point. That makes me really sad. Yeah, so this is basically from the time when I would line everything traditionally and then color it on the computer. There you can see like all the all the horrible is it called like anti-aliasing? I am not sure, like the pixel doesn't even meet up to the, I mean the colors doesn't even meet up to the pixels in the line art. It's horrible. It's really not that well made. But you know. Anyway, let's take a look at some really old stuff. This is Yubirin. This is the OC I drew not a long time ago actually here on my channel with Copic markers. And this is probably one of the oldest digital pieces I have on my computer. Still from back when my artist name was Rigita and I had like the TK domain. And I think I stole this post from somewhere. I don't imagine me be able to pulling this off at this time. This is from 2005 or 6. So it's pretty old. So yeah, this is an example of my very old digital art. And I have no idea who that artist is today, but there was this one artist who drew a lot like that. Looked a lot like this actually, with the highlights and with the colors. And I really, really wanted to be able to draw like that. Yeah, these wings look horrible. These clouds are some standard brushes from Photoshop, I believe. The perspective is way off. But you know, it's something. It's my little character. One of my oldest digital pieces. But it's still lined traditionally. I didn't line it on the computer. Did I? Wait, did I? Line this on the computer? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I have the line version in a folder back there. Back there. This one is also like, I colored it with color pencils, but then I took it into Photoshop and added the background, the gradient. So that's also kind of the way that I got into the slow transition to digital art. This one too is just a pencil drawing that I colored in Photoshop. And as you can see, I'm still a very big fan of the gradiated backgrounds. So yeah, this is basically what my old art looked like. This is also 12 to 15 years old, this piece. No, this one is digital. My coloring style is changing a bit, but it's still very cel shaded and not having a lot of contrast. Still a lot of what's it called? Like, I don't remember, but when I'm still pointing at the screen like an idiot. Like when I'm using the mouse here, when I use the lasso tool to kind of pick out the areas instead of placing the line art on top to make sure that I didn't have like these white pixels along the line art. So that is actually a mistake I should have included in my 10 digital art mistakes video. But you can come around this if you just place the line art on a top layer and set it to multiply and then color underneath. Then you wouldn't get this kind of result. This one I remember, I was really proud of this one, okay? I actually think I might have redrawn this piece here on my channel. I don't remember. I think I did. And it's still a pencil sketch that I scanned in on the scanner and took through Photoshop. But I just remember really liking the result. Still lack of contrast and gradient background with some crabbish skies, but I was really proud of this one, I gotta tell you. I was very proud. How old is it? Did it save the original date? It was made in Photoshop 7, yeah, the old Photoshop. Is there a date? It's for 2009! Summer 2009. So 11 years old. I was really proud of it. Yeah, basically the same line piece through Photoshop. So this is kind of like what from the very early pieces to the more recent pieces. This one is actually from 2015 or 16, I think. Way newer. Trying to reinvent the characters, but never really got that far. Okay, moving out of my OC folder. This is Mish, probably my first OC ever. Do I have some digital art in here? I do. Davies. Mish's boyfriend. Yeah. Also lined traditionally and then gone through Photoshop. This could actually have been with my old drawing tablet. But doesn't make it look any less horrible and frightening. Sorry for the nightmares, guys. This one is also digital. Aw, Mish, I miss you. Mish, I miss you. And we got the same problem here with the white pixels along the line art edges. Why didn't I realize that was such a big problem? This is a newer one, actually. Yeah, I see there's a much better result. This is where I started to play with screen tones inside of shading. I still do that sometimes. I really love that look, like when you have a mix of something either colored or just grayscale, and then you throw in just some screen tones or half tones or whatever you call them where you're from, and it just gives a nice texture. This is from my earlier, but still like later. Yeah, it's from 2009, the first one here. So it's like an OC from the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess universe. She's supposed to be Midna's daughter. And this is where I started to be fond of the airbrush, it seems. Definitely some improvement from the last few pieces, but still a lot of experimentation. I had like these different phases with digital art. This one is still scanned in because I know I have the line art for this lying around somewhere. I started out with just doing like minor things with my drawing tablet digitally, like just putting in a sky or something with a gradient. And then there was the phase you saw with the earliest drawing I had with the pink hair. And then I have like this break in 2009, 10, maybe 11. The pieces I made there were kind of like a very curious period of time for me. So the pieces are very experimental and going in all directions at the same time. So every piece differs and looks different basically. And I think this one is from that time in 2009 where I started on my education. I had to take a break from drawing. And this one is actually not me coloring. One of my friends colored this for me. Yeah, so here again, me going crazy with all sorts of textures and brushes. This is Dawn grown up. The anatomy is way off, but never mind that. So looks very different from the other piece I showed you because I was experimenting so much. Again, same period of time, but very different way of coloring digitally. Not necessarily very pretty, but I was experimenting. Anyway, I just noticed this piece because everyone were making Navi OCs back when Avatar came out, right? So this piece was also kind of groundbreaking for me because I had just like the pencil sketch, which actually looked better than this result, unfortunately, but you know, I'm experimenting. And I remember being extremely proud of this piece, okay? And you see it's from the same experimental time when I used the airbrush a lot to shade, because I realized using the airbrush made things look more three-dimensional, and it can. And so I kind of fell into this little loophole of airbrushing. But I think this is when I also started to get an idea of what digital art could actually do. I think it's from 2010. Yeah, it is from 2010. I wish I had like my really old stuff here. I think I got it in my fan art folder. Where's my fan art folder? Not that I actually put all of my fan art in there, but never mind that. So this is where we should be able to find some of the very old stuff. Yeah! Here we go, Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew. Yes, I loved that manga back when I was a weeb, okay? I'm still a weeb, I'm just weeb in a different way. This is from 2005, I've been so nice to actually date this. And look at that highlight in her hair. This is still traditional line art, by the way, that I scanned in. And I don't have that much of a problem here with like the white pixels near the line art. I still have some problems down here with the tail that I didn't make the line art completely black before coloring it. So basically I imagine I haven't set that to multiply, but I probably didn't know back in 2005 since this was usually an issue. So yeah, whoa, it's small. How small is this piece? It's like 371 pixels wide. I still do that. Anyway, oh, this is one of my friend's characters. So it's all of the black was done traditionally and the lines, and then all the colors was put on in Photoshop. It's not very pretty, but again, it's a learning curve, okay? Look at that lens flare effect. and the clouds. Ooh. There's a lot of good potential for redraw pieces here. Oh, I'm not going to open that one up. Probably not that one either. This is a really weird piece of like super hot Mario Luigi.
Mamma mia.
What was I thinking with this graphically designed setup? It's not digital. This one's digital. Oh, and I have been so kind, in fact, to make a traditional calendar. So we can kind of like look at the difference. So this was this an OC? Or did this girl actually exist in some one-shots from Tokyo Mew Mew? I don't remember. I like to say it's an OC because she has so much flesh showing on her outfit. But I'm actually in doubt whether this is an actual character. But Momo, it's probably Ichigo's daughter. I'm pretty sure this is not an OC. Can someone confirm me that this is not an OC? I would never have come up with such a cute name. So over here we see the traditional piece, colored with my color pencils. I think I had just some regular Faber-Castell color pencils, and then the digital counterpart. That hair is there again, isn't it? I'm sorry if it's like disturbing you. So it's really fun to see, actually. I wouldn't necessarily say that my traditional is better. I mean, it is a really bad scan, actually, so it's really hard to determine, but this must be from 2005 also, or something like that. So I remember those highlights in the hair. It's horrible. That was actually a really fun little comparison. Oh, the gradient sky again. Yeah, I was totally a Sora x Rico shipper from Kingdom Hearts. I was very, very much into the Kingdom Hearts fandom back then. Reached the pain of separation. Ooh, so cringy. It hurts. Oh my god, what is that expression? Riku. Okay, so again, the gradient background with the cloud brushes. I'm not sure why, but apparently that is just the thing I did. Yeah. Yeah, okay. You ready for it? This looks like a really bad graphic design website or something. So first of all, animals, it's not my strength. Still not is. I have definitely gotten better than this. I mean, will you look at that face? Oh, so dangerous. Anyway, these were my and my sister's Draenei characters. This is from the time period where I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft. Not that I was ever any good at it. Macro buttons and me, we're not on speaking terms. So this is just the Draenei's. I'm pointing at the screen again. The Draenei's is one line piece, and the wolves were drawn on separate papers, and then scanned all the three of them in, and then kind of put them together in Photoshop. I have no idea what all of this mess down here in the bottom is, and I'm pretty sure that's a picture. You can see like there's a picture in the background, so yeah. But this is still from when I got more confident with digital art. I was experimenting a lot, figuring out what this program called Photoshop was actually capable of. And then I continued with my artistic journey. I think this is from the same time period. I started to play a lot with lights, and I remember being really happy with this one too. This is one of my friends' Night Elf characters from World of Warcraft, Sadashan the Hallowed, and I was really proud of this when I finished it. And I can still see why I was, because remembering what my skills were back then and what I was able to do, this was actually a pretty good result. And I actually like the background. It actually works well. And then I cannot show that one either. Then I think, was Sadashin from 2012? Because, no, it's from 11. Was this one from 11 then? No, that's one from 12. Because in 2012, I started really going back into art and really started trying to learn digital art, watching tutorials, and just really making an effort to make it work. And I think it shows pretty quickly, because this one is probably one of the last pieces I did where I scanned in the traditional lines, because the next piece I did was one of my first, not the first probably, but one of the first 100% digital pieces that I did. I don't remember if this is from when I got my Cintiq or still had the bamboo, but I draw a Gizmo from the Gremlins movies because I thought he was really cute. And I was really, really proud of this at that point. And then Spider-Man, I believe it was also fully digital, lined and everything. I was really proud of being able to do that, because I used to have a lot of trouble getting nice looking lines with my bamboo template, because I was so used to traditional inking and actually enjoyed and still enjoy traditional inking. This one is also purely digital. Is this one bigger? No, it isn't. And I really, really loved what I was able to do here with the almost 3D render look on the bottom part of the character and like a little up here in the head. This was my husband's character in Guild Wars at the time. Necromancer. And I was really proud of this, I remember. And then, yeah, then I started to go like full digital. It's actually a little fun to see. This one is horrible, but it was part of the learning curve, I guess. A sketch I did for a friend. This one I was extremely proud of, you guys, because I thought I had done something good here. This is from when I was getting into the Undertale fandom, and maybe I should make a completely separate video on that one day, because the Undertale fandom, even though I'm not really part of it anymore, like at all, it was what got me back into art, and that is actually what got me probably to where I am today. I'm extremely grateful for the Undertale fandom, because I got to create a lot of art, and then I got into the FNAF fandom as well. Not as deep. I still really enjoy FNAF, but I'm not as big of a weeb about it anymore. But I really loved this piece. I was so proud of it. How old is it? It's from 2016. It's like 4 years old. I was so proud of it. And this is actually a picture of me that I did a paint over on. I wanted to try this paint over method that a lot of people was doing, but it didn't really appeal to me because I had a really hard time deviating from the reference. It got too realistic. There was too much realism in it. So these are some of the pieces from my earliest days here on YouTube. You can probably still find these drawings if you scroll down far enough. These are from when I really started to, from after the Undertale, the period of time, when I started to feel more comfortable doing digital art. That was not Undertale. And I should probably show you some of the Undertale pieces, but I can't show you all of it because some of it is not PG rated. Yep. This is a good example of something I was also really proud of, made entirely from scratch digitally in 2015 or 16. This is back when my username was Nadiaxel. I also used to have that name here on YouTube. Yeah, everything here is, I think, purely digital. It is. I really love drawing these Skeletor boys, especially Gastasans. I thought he was such a cool contribution to the fandom. So everything here is 100% digital. And these are from 2016, 15 and 16. I really discovered myself when I did all of this. This one is also on YouTube. You can find the speed paint here on my channel. I was really proud of this one, guys. I still think it's cool, but it's also like a little boring now that I think about it. But yeah, this is the time when I really found my voice as a digital artist and realized what I could do with these little guys here. I'm getting a little sentimental now. This is a big piece I did for a collab. Ugh, brings back memories. There are also some pieces here I can't show. I should probably save this for another video sometime. I can definitely not show that folder. Oh jeez. Okay, so a lot of my old stuff was here in like the Fandom fan art folder. I wonder if I can actually open just to show you, my old Photoshop files. Folders divided by years. So this is from 2007 to 2009. I wonder if I can open this one up layered. I probably can't, because it's from the old Photoshop. But it's a drawing I never managed to finish. But there's something interesting about it. Yeah, oh my god, it is layered. Awesome. I'll just do this so you can see everything, guys. There we go. I was actually coloring the line art here, and I remember the first time I colored line art, I had no idea how to do it. I didn't know that I could like alpha lock a channel or put a clipping mask on it. So I would take with my mouse in the old Photoshop, I would trace the lines with a brush on the same layer as the line art, and it looked horrible. It's not this piece, I actually don't have that piece anymore. I think I lost it at some point, unfortunately. But this is when I started to figure out how to use the program, even though it's actually a very old piece. I think it's from 2007. Oh, you see what I've done here? I've actually just colored over with a brush and then set the blending mode to lighten to get that color. So it actually didn't know how clipping mask and alpha locking worked. I was actually just using the blending modes, but it's part of how I learned how to use blending modes. These colors are horrible though. Everything here is basically just the line art. Oh! I removed the line art layer and it turned into something completely different. I get so nostalgic right now, guys, looking at all of my old digital art pieces. And the reason I have chosen to show you the entire folder like this instead of just handpicking out a few pieces is I wouldn't be able to really choose, and I don't mind that you guys like kind of look over the thumbnails. It should give you an idea of like, even if you enjoy the art I make today and you think I'm like really good, this is where I come from. And this is where everyone comes from. No one sits down one day, never drawn before, and just create masterpieces. I wanted to give you guys a chance to see that even I make mistakes, I do still make mistakes, but I definitely did make mistakes. Let's just, for the sake of ending, find my old piece. It was in here. And completely unrelated to the theme of shoujo, find one of my newest pieces. We can take this one of Alistar, which is very differently shaded. And a very different kind of character, but you can see there is, whoops, actually, something happened at some point. You can also bring up this one that you know from one of my previous videos. Very different kind of styles and techniques are utilized in these three paintings, and a lot have happened between them. Not necessarily between the two new ones, but between the old one and the new ones, and it's actually fun to see. So yeah, that was an insight into my artistic journey as a digital artist, nonetheless. I hope you enjoyed the cringe tour, especially of my old comics. I wish I could have found something really cringy for you. That would have been great. Don't I have like something just a little bit really cringy? Come, give me something really cringy. Really cringy. Where's all the cringy stuff when you need it? These are cringy. Oh, look at this one. Oh yeah. The screen tones. Yes. Got it. You got the cringe. You got the cringe and me drawing a hand that looks like a and the fingers pointing like in the wrong direction, like the thumb is on the other side. So welcome to my old art. Welcome to my old art. Make it stop. Make it stop. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope it wasn't too hard to sit through. I actually had a way better time than I had anticipated. Thanks for the support on my channel lately. You guys are so freaking awesome. And I'm so grateful for having you here. Like, seriously, this is not fun if we can't laugh at my old art together. I wish you all a very happy, wait, I'm trying to, like, getting into the middle of the webcam's image, but I keep going in the wrong direction because it's mirrored. So it's like, hey guys, I hope you have a nice weekend. If I get to upload this on Friday according to plan. Probably not, maybe. Let's see. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye. This doesn't work as well when it's like this, no.